Once upon a time, in a small village nestled amidst the rolling hills of ancient India, there lived a young man named Ananda. Ananda was known throughout the village for his kind heart and gentle demeanor. But despite his outward appearance of tranquility, he struggled with a restless mind and troubled sleep. Night after night, Ananda would toss and turn in bed, his thoughts racing like a whirlwind through his mind. No matter how tired he felt, sleep always seemed to elude him, leaving him feeling exhausted and irritable the next day. Desperate for relief, Ananda sought the advice of the village elders, who directed him to a wise old monk living on the outskirts of the village. The monk, known as 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗀𝗀, was renowned for his deep wisdom and compassionate nature. As Ananda approached the monk's humble abode, he was struck by a sense of peace and serenity that seemed to emanate from within. With a humble bow, Ananda greeted the monk and explained his struggles with sleep. 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗀𝗀 listened attentively to Ananda's tale, his eyes sparkling with understanding and empathy. "My son," he said gently, "you are not alone in your struggles. Many of us grapple with restless minds and troubled sleep, but there is hope. In the teachings of the Buddha, we find guidance and wisdom that can lead us towards deep and restorative sleep." Intrigued by the monk's words, Ananda eagerly asked for guidance on how to achieve such a state of serenity. 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗀𝗀 smiled warmly and beckoned Ananda to sit beside him beneath the shade of a towering Bodhi tree. With a gentle voice, the monk began to recount the tale of Siddhartha Gautama, the prince who would one day become the Buddha. Siddhartha was born into a life of luxury and privilege, surrounded by opulence and comfort, 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗀𝗀 began. But despite his outward success, Siddhartha felt a deep sense of dissatisfaction and yearning for something more. It was this yearning that led him on a journey of self-discovery, a journey that would ultimately culminate beneath the very tree we now sit beneath. As 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗀𝗀 spoke, Ananda found himself captivated by the tale of Siddhartha's quest for enlightenment. He listened intently as the monk recounted the trials and tribulations that Siddhartha faced along the way, from the temptations of Mara to the challenges of self-doubt and uncertainty. But amidst the storms of Siddhartha's journey, 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗀𝗀 continued, there were moments of profound insight and awakening. It was beneath this Bodhi tree that Siddhartha finally attained enlightenment, transcending the limitations of the ego and experiencing a state of deep and abiding peace. As Ananda listened to the monk's words, he felt a sense of hope and inspiration stirring within him. Could it be possible, he wondered, to achieve such a state of serenity and tranquility in his own life? 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗀𝗀 smiled knowingly, as if sensing Ananda's thoughts. "Indeed, my son," he said, "the path to deep sleep is not an easy one, but it is possible. In the teachings of the Buddha, we find 5 easy steps that can guide us towards a state of profound rest and rejuvenation." Ananda leaned in closer, eager to learn more about these steps. With a twinkle in his eye, 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗀𝗀 began to outline each step, drawing from the timeless wisdom of Buddha's teachings. Step 1. Cultivating a calm mind. The first step towards deep sleep, 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗀𝗀 explained, is to cultivate a calm and tranquil mind. Just as Siddhartha learned to anchor his awareness in the present moment through the practice of mindfulness meditation, so too can we train our minds to let go of worries and anxieties that disrupt our sleep. Ananda nodded thoughtfully, recognizing the truth in the monk's words. He had heard of mindfulness meditation before, but had never considered it as a tool for improving his sleep. As 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗀𝗀 guided him through a simple meditation exercise, Ananda felt a sense of peace wash over him, as if a weight had been lifted from his shoulders. Step 2. Letting go of attachments. The second step towards deep sleep, 𝗪𝗪𝗀𝗪𝗀𝗀 continued, is to let go of attachments that keep us tethered to the past and future. Just as Siddhartha renounced the comforts of palace life in his quest for enlightenment, so too can we let go of attachments to external possessions and outcomes that disturb our peace of mind. Ananda furrowed his brow in thought, pondering the attachments that kept him awake at night. He thought of his desire for success and recognition, his fear of failure and rejection. Could it be true, he wondered, that these attachments were preventing him from finding true rest? Step 3. Practicing loving kindness. The third step towards deep sleep, 𝗪𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 said, is to practice loving kindness towards ourselves and others. Just as Siddhartha extended goodwill and benevolence towards all beings, so too can we cultivate feelings of love and compassion that promote relaxation and ease. Ananda felt a lump form in his throat as he considered the concept of loving kindness. He had always prided himself on being a good person, but had he truly extended kindness towards himself and others? As Bhante Dharmapala led him through a loving kindness meditation, Ananda felt a warmth spread through his heart, as if a long-dormant ember had been reignited. Step 4. Embracing impermanence. The fourth step towards deep sleep, Bhante Dharmapala continued, is to embrace impermanence and surrender to the flow of life's rhythms. Just as Siddhartha recognized the transient nature of existence, so too can we let go of the need to control and manipulate our circumstances, allowing ourselves to rest deeply in the present moment. Ananda closed his eyes and took a deep breath, allowing the words to sink in. Impermanence. It was a concept he had heard before, but had never truly understood. As Bhante Dharmapala spoke of surrender and acceptance, Ananda felt a sense of peace wash over him, as if he were finally releasing the burdens that had weighed him down for so long. Step 5. Setting intentions for restful sleep. The fifth and final step towards deep sleep, Bhante Dharmapala said, is to set intentions for rest and rejuvenation. Just as Siddhartha created a sanctuary of tranquility beneath the Bodhi tree, so too can we establish a bedtime ritual that signals to our body and mind that it's time to unwind and prepare for sleep. Ananda nodded in understanding, feeling a sense of clarity and purpose wash over him. With Bhante Dharmapala's guidance, he began to create a bedtime ritual that incorporated elements of mindfulness, loving kindness, and acceptance. As he lay down to sleep that night, Ananda felt a sense of peace and contentment wash over him, knowing that he was on the path to deep and restorative sleep. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe our channel.